Welcome to another intuitive message. Let's enjoy this together. We are always willing to be in this place of presence for you, to be accepting of this message, of these words that are to flow freely out of this one in a asking of by her, to be a hearer of all this that is wanting to be known, to be remembered, to be a reminding of from within to hear. It is in this certainty that we are to be. It is in this certainty that we are to be, that you are so pleasantly placed as this recognition into all it is that one is. It is in this appearance of all that is prevalent among your people, upon your earthly planes, that is to become a satisfaction again, that is to feel, to flow from within you in this very living being of love that you are. To become this connection again, to be an interaction, a willing interaction, not only within the voice of yours that is to be heard correct and right, but to be allowing yourself to connect into again the realms of this reality that are so prevalent upon your placement of you to see into. It is in this connection that we are all to become one, to become a knowing of divine bliss, to be spoken of in such this way, to feel of our contribution, to become yours, to be a space of nonchalant, but in a sensing of defiantness to be felt so present within oneself, so strong within one's sense of stance, that they are to become a determined righteousness that is to feel to rise up out of this physical being, sometimes in an unexpected way, as if to feel, as if to say, I wish to be different today. Today I wish to receive, to see, to hear. I wish to feel of myself in a different way today. It is in this, dear ones, that it is to be a certainty from within, to feel this certainness of which it is that we are to flow. For it is in this gathering today that we are to be present in this opening, this awareness of becoming into who it is that you are, that we are to become a prominent voice that is to be allowed to be flowed through to you in this version of this physical creature that speaks of us in this way, to be called of your own channel in a sense, to be a willing opening, to allow for this love and light, this divine sense from wherever it is that you are to feel of it to flow from. It is us, the etherical beings of love and light, that are to be the guiders of this within a solar system, structured, universal law of compassion that is to be felt as an extreme version or extreme way of which it is to access us into. We are the image of thought, to be a component of you, to become this opening from within that allows of you to speak these words that are to become a recognition, a building up, a sense of correctness that is to flow through and into you, to be always accessible, just in this one's voice, to ask, to receive, to be in a place of quiet contemplation, to sit within this heart that speaks these words of love that are attached to us and all beings of physical or not, to be felt as correct, to be felt as your understanding, to be accepted in this knowing with no second thoughts attached as to who or what or of it is. We are always willing, dear ones, in this place of deeper insight or realized connection to become of yours, to feel of it as you are to place yourself into this space of thought, this space of heart. You will start to feel, to notice. We are always there. It is never of us not to be known. It is in this way that we are to speak these words of love. We are to request, almost is too big a word for you to grab hold of. But we are to express these words to be felt by you. Allow of them to encompass you. Allow of them to gather you up, to hold you, to feel in this place of being you and knowing who it is you really are, who it is that you are to be here in this present moment of yourself, to envision oneself to be a contributor, to be felt this contribution that is to flow as a direct line of source energy, of a powerful expression that is to implode upon you, that is to feel as though it is to wrap you up in a sense of such security, peaceful calm, a sense of directness that is to become a driver from within you, that is this driver that is connected to the powerhouse of God's love, the divineness, the divinity that is in line with all that is meant to be. It is this line or this interjection of thought, of love to be felt, to be seen, to be spoken of, that we are such a big part of. It is a mass collaboration of many energies and intertwinings of understandings into this creator of all that is, that we are to belong. We are to be felt as the passionate beings of love and eternal grace. To feel of us upon your requesting of us to be heard again. Allow for us to settle upon you especially in these moments or these times of connect, when you are to sense of self to be vulnerable, to be in such an open state of acceptance. It appears easier here, dear ones, doesn't it? When you are to allow to lay the busyness of the external structure that you are to rest. To feel a quiet contemplation within one's thoughts, as if to be quite happy to sit, to be, and to receive these messages that we are to offer in this way, in your own expression of which to understand. For it is in this, dear ones, that it is not of this channel, it is not of Tanya's words that we are to ask of you to receive, to call of, to make of these as yours. It is in your voice. It is in this generation of interaction that we are to feel this connection. Yes, through this channel, as she is to portray outwardly her words to express, which are ours in deeply engraved within her. But it is through this connection that we are expressing an interest within all that is. For it is in our defining of which it is that we are, to be contained into all that is, present and not. So, dear ones, it is in this voice of yours that we are hoping to connect into, that we are hoping that you connect into, in a willing vulnerability, to allow of oneself to open, to be pleasantly placed into this time of consuming that it appears to be. For it is in this earthly plane, this time of your so-called now, that is to be a deliberate response, to be felt flowing out of you, to either reject or accept into any given thought, situation, or offering for you to feel. It is not of us to feel this rejection, for it is in our certainty, in our defined knowing, in our becoming of all that is and still is yet to come, that we are to stand in this righteous being, in this version of love and light that you are to see expressing herself in this way, with an attachment of us to be felt as an entering that is to be asked, required and received by her in her words, to express these messages of love for all to fall into, to allow of all that are to congregate here, to accept this willingness, to sit into this, shall we call of it a pool or an establishment of love, to feel as to immerse oneself into this liquid of definedness that is to rise up from within you, to fill you, to carry you forth into the next level or the next state of appreciation into of this that you are. It is in this becoming, dear ones, that we are to watch the many of you change or transform the outer structure, to feel as if to rub out or dim down the external forces that are to constrict and construct so many of you in a way to be expressed as to not often suit of you, or to allow of oneself to see oneself truly, really who they are. Feel as you are to sit here in this recognition of, maybe in a sensing of I like these words that are being expressed by this one. I like the way I feel in this place of connection. I feel some kind of similarity to this one. I feel some resonance, no matter how subtle it may be. But it is in this place that I am willing to sit and observe all that is within me that I am deciding to allow to be seen and to allow for it to rise up, maybe even to be verbalized. But know of this, dear ones, it is in the lovingness of which it is that we are an encompassment, a connection, a collectiveness, that we are together, that we are to become prominent within all that is, for this is of what it is that we are. That everything that is seen and not, the all that is, the greater good, the greater God, the greater Christ, the greater heart that speaks, the beckoning light that is to call to you, that becomes a desire within you to stand into this place of power. Not power in a sense as to overrule all that you are to be present or placed in, but to become this sense of power, to ask, to believe, to become, to want, to always be more of this power, that is to feel this establishment of this direct line within you, whether it be subtle or bold, to allow for this direct line to connect you again into the ever-loving, ever-seeing, ever-knowing, ever-wise being, the one true creator of all that is. The all, the love, the collectiveness that is every single minuscule, minute particle that is. For know of this, dear ones, it is in all of this collaboration that we are to appear to be in this way, including you, including us, the beings of love and light, the eternalness that is to become a concept within you, to radiate inwardly and so suggestively outwardly, to not appear as if to care if another sees you presented in this way, but to only see yourself as this vision again, in this stance of love, in this stance of this is who I am, this is my voice, and in every footstep or every step that you take, you will feel yourself placed in this love, because this love is yours, this love is ours. This love is this very beings of love and light that is to express these words or these messages of love in this way. For it is in here she stands, dear ones, that we are to offer. In this place of which it is that we are offering these words as a description for you to feel whole, for you to recognize that it is this that you are. A certainty, for it is in this certainty that we are to know of our certainty to be. We are the very beings of love and light that are to become this interjection into one's thoughts, into one's familiarity, into all it is that she is. It is this interjection of thoughts and words and images that are to flow, so that you may be the receiver of all that you ask, to become this recognizer of this majestic love that is to be felt, being offered to you here. Feel for just a moment as it is to exit out of this one, to allow for it to reach you, to allow for it to touch you, and allow for it to, if you are considerate of, to enter you, to fill you, to remind you, maybe even just to nudge you into this sensing of this, that you are within us and all that we are willing to be. We love of you, dear ones, in this place of receiving, to hear these words that being spoken of by Tanya in this way, to be felt as to be known by you as our willingness to hear, to sit and just accept. We are the eternal beings of love and light. We are always willing, we are always able, and we are always knowing of all this into this that you are requiring of us to be. We love of you, dear ones. We leave of you in this space. It is of us that we are. Where can I buy that, right? Many of you speak to me in this way, in this sensing of, I need some of that. Where can I get it? It has to be easy to obtain, does it not? Let me offer to you here, for those of you that have sat into this moment of allowance, to let yourself feel this passionate part of you to come alive, to rip open almost in a sensing of, yes, I want these words, I want this feeling, I want this love for me. Let me offer you here. It's yours for the taking. Be remembering, be choosing, be listening, and be open to all that this world and others have to offer to you in regards to this understanding into who it is you are and the love that you are filled to the brim with. I thank you for your attention today. I look forward to our next interaction. Have a great day.